Hello viewers, welcome to the System Design Series lecture number 5. In this series, this is the fifth lecture. In this lecture, we will learn about a new topic called as Content Delivery Network. So, what is Content Delivery Network? Content Delivery Network means it's a network of cache servers. So, why this is? Because let us say in this presentation, in this slide, you are looking. There is a map here, world map, right? Here you have see you're looking, right? There are there are red dots and green dots. These red dots is Karachi, Mumbai, and this London, and there is Lagos, New York, and different locations are present, right? So think of these are cache servers. They are located in different regions of the globe, around the globe. So now I will draw the original where the original server is located. Let us say the original server is located in Russia. This is the original server. Let us say original server is located in Russia. These are the red dots and green dots, and these are called as edge servers. These are called as edge servers. So, why these cache servers? Because let us say we are in Andhra Pradesh. Let's say you are in Andhra Pradesh and searching for some content, whatever content it might be. So the content server is located in Russia. If the server in Russia responds, you get the content, right? But the time is some some duration of time it is. Let us say the time is 140 milliseconds. Think of the time is 140 milliseconds, and the same content is available in Mumbai edge server. What if you get the content from the Mumbai edge servers? The response time will be 40 milliseconds. Means very comparatively comparative to 140 milliseconds, the 40 milliseconds is very less, and you get very fast response, and the performance will be more of the performance of the application will be more, right? So this is what it says. Why we have to use these edge servers, and the web now there is no now the web server will not take care of the content what it have written from these edge servers, right? So now you may ask me, like, what kind of content is stored in these edge servers? What kind of content? Whether see, the content is like static content like images, icons, and JavaScript files, HTML files. These are stored in this edge servers. I will give you in the second slide. I will give you an example how these are stored. See, you say, look at this API. Look at this API. This API is a Swiggy API, and the Swiggy API shows that this is the restaurant. This is the restaurant ID, and I have marked with red color. This is called as Cloudinary Image ID. See, this Cloudinary Image ID means this image is from a CDN. This image is getting this image we are getting from a CDN edge server. So this is an example of API. See, looking Swiggy API restaurants, and this API shows that this is the real API of Swiggy. This image, this Cloudinary image ID, this is the image ID. When the cards are loading up, when the cards are loaded on the web page, when we type swiggy.com, this image, that restaurant image, the card image is getting from a edge server. That's why it's showing Cloudinary image ID. Okay. So the response time is very fast when we use the edge servers rather than getting the data from the original servers. Now see, this diagram shows a clear-cut understanding how the edge servers and getting data from the edge servers and getting data from original servers differs. See, here the first picture is without CDN. The first picture is without CDN, and the second picture is with CDN. See, here, see look at the first figure. This is user connection. There is a user connection, origin server, and user. See, the user is located here. The user is located in somewhere else in European country, and the original server is located in America, North America. So he is getting the data from this North America. It takes some amount of time. What if with CDN? See, there is a CDN pop cache. this CDN is located in Europe. See this location mark. This CDN with CDN location mark. He gets data very fast. The data what he wants is nearer to him. So this will make an application very much performance, means more performance. The application is more performant, right? Now see, these are the top 10 CDN services providers. These are, see, when a company wants to use the CDN service, means these edge servers. When a company wants to globally wants they keep edge servers, they wants to use a cloud service like they wants to use the CDN service. They have to pay to these type of companies like Amazon CloudFront, Cloudflare, Azure CDN. These are the CDN providers, CDN service providers. Some amount of money they have to, the companies have to pay to these third party companies. Okay, so internally how things happen when a request goes through this client to the server. I will tell you with the inclusion of these 8 servers. See, let me take my pen. Okay. See, whenever there is a user wants an image like image dot png, he wants an image. First of all, if the application is using the CDN service, CDN server, edge server, this is edge server. First, this is the first step. User checks for the image whether this is the first step, whether there or not. Okay, user checks for the image whether it's there in edge server or not. For of course, the user don't know whether the image there in edge server or not. If it's not there, if it's the first time he's visiting, so CDN server asks for the original, web server whether the image is there in the web. Of course the image is there in the original server. This is the original server image. This CDN edge server talks to the original server and asks for the image. I want that image. I don't have that image the user wants. Now original server returns the image to this edge server, and edge server stores this image, stores and returns back to the user. uh, just a second. Hmm. Stores image and returns back to the user. See, here there is a term called as TTL, time to live. See, these edge servers also have some expiration policy. Means whenever an edge server gets data, these edge servers get data from the original server. They store these images or whatever it takes from the original server for certain amount of time, not for the long period of time. The time is called as time to live. After the TTL expires, the content in this edge server will be lost. The content in the edge server will be lost. For suppose before TTL expires, if some other user too wants the same data, he can take from the CDN very fast. Before TTL expires, if some other user wants the same data, let's say this user A, his location is from Delhi, and he wants the data. So the edge server is located in Mumbai. Think of the edge server is located in Mumbai. The original server is in America, USA. See, the user is in Delhi and the server is in Mumbai and the original server is in USA. If see the content of the original server, first initially the Delhi user is searching for the content. The content is not in the server. The server asks for the original server USA and he takes from the file. Let's say all this process takes 140 milliseconds. 140 milliseconds. Okay. Another user too is from let's say take India only. We have only, let's say we have only one edge server in India and that edge server is Mumbai only, and some other user too from Chennai ask for the same content. So before TTL expires, let's say the TTL, okay, we don't take the TTL number, some amount of time that before TTL expires, user 2 wants that same data, he can take from the Mumbai edge server, because the because of user A asks for the data is stored in this edge server. Now he can take below 140 milliseconds, let's say it may be 30 milliseconds way. So this is use more performant efficient, right? So this is how things work behind the scenes, for a web application. For better performance, they use cache systems which are very fast. And these are these slides, these companies, this is the economy behind the scenes. The companies has to pay for these companies, these third party companies, and that's it. So now let us connect the CDN to the old diagram what we have drawn, means our architecture. I think students who are following from the first lecture can understand what I am drawing now. What I will draw now. User DNS helps to give the IP address, and now we will connect to our now we will connect the CDN to our architecture. Now the user sends the request. Of course, in parallel DNS and CDN. Parallel user takes the help of this DNS and CDN. Request goes to the load balancer. Now the load balancer will distribute the request to this web tier. These are servers. Now the servers will pass the request to the databases, and of course cache also. These are databases. One is master, one is slave. This is slave, and this is master, and this is database tier. All got separated. So this is how things work. The request goes, the user takes the help of DNS and CDN to take the content. First take the help of DNS for the IP address, and the IP address will pass to the load balancer. Load balancer will distribute the request to the web tier. Web tier contains servers, and server will pass the request to the databases and master. Let's think of this first, the first database, this first one. This is the master. This first one is the master database, and this is the slave database. And the request goes on. If the already database content is present in this cache, directly takes from the cache. This time will be, there will be time consuming will be less, and the response will be passed the same way. So this is what these are the things we have learned today. And for further lectures we will learn some more interesting things, and the further lectures are more interesting also. Now that's all for today. See you soon in the next lectures, and bye bye.